It's Radio 2, and really happy to welcome Muse into the studio.
Cool.
Dom, Matt, how are you?
Great, how you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah,
good. Thanks for having us.
How's your summer?
Oh, it's been lovely, actually, yeah. We've been working a little bit, like sort of touring in the US, and we're about to go to Canada, but quite a good few chunks of breaks, here and there. I've just been off. Well, we've been off for like 2 weeks now, isn't it?
What kind of a holiday are you?
We're coming to England now for holiday. It's like, which is lovely. It's so nice coming here, only to sort of do leisure things and like touristy things and stuff. So went down to Devon, went for some nice walks on the beach and learned how to make glass vases and blowing glass. There's a place called House of Marbles in Dartmoor where you can learn to sort of make glass vases, and that was really cool.
So you have
very English.
Yeah. And I went to last night I went to see Romeo and Juliet in the Shakespeare's Globe. That cool globe thing. It's really cool. Like you feel like you're sort of being transported back in time. And just wandering around the streets and enjoying the weather and stuff. And
so do you feel like you have a different appreciation of the culture, I suppose?
This year particularly, because I've been based in LA, I think, now for quite a few years, but over the last year more so than previous years, I'm really sort of seeing England differently, yeah. I'm sort of just going, wow, it's actually such a cool place to come on holiday. There's so much great stuff to do. London's got so much going on. Yeah.
But you prefer being a tourist rather than actually moving back here again?
I'm coming back for sure. I can't stay out there for too long. I mean, I have a son out there now, so I'm living out there with my son, but I'm going to try and persuade him when he gets older to come and live here for a bit,
It's complicated, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough out there, yeah.
Yeah, really tough.
But no, it's lovely problems to have, but yeah, because they're a great place. LA's a great place, and I enjoy it there as well, but as I said, I'm starting to, as I'm sort of spending more time away, I'm starting to really appreciate what England is, and especially Devon.
Oh, Devon's so beautiful, isn't
love
it?
it down there.
Yeah, we used to go to Sidmouth Folk Festival. That was my childhood family holidays.
Lots
of Morris dancers and fingers in the ears.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. You go down to Devon, Cornwall for holiday. Do you know what I mean? Like the beaches in North Cornwall, they're just like, they're better than anywhere. You know what I mean? They're like lovely white sand, beautiful
And with
waves.
your surfing skills as well.
My son, being as a genius, he can actually get up on the board, and I just sort of lie on the board and pretend I'm sort of just taking my time to get up, but I can't. I need to practice getting up on the board better.
I think flailing was the word that we used when we discussed this before.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a flailer.
You flail, Bing actually
I'm a flailer. Bing can actually get up and do it.
Dom, what about you when it comes to holidays? What do you do?
I'd pop down to the south of France just for a little bit, just to go and jump in the sea down there. I go down there now and again. So
where would you recommend? What kind of places?
Just along the coast there, around there's a nice little
just on the beach somewhere.
On the beach,
St Paul de Vence.
St Paul de Vence, yeah. That's like, there's a little town called St Paul de Vence where it's a tiny little village. Actually, it's not a town. It's like this tiny little like 900-year-old fortified village on top of a hill. It looks like a film set. It just looks crazy because it's so well kept and almost looks like it's been restored like really, really well. So it's that's a nice place to go, and it's kind of just
isn't it like a UNESCO heritage or something?
Yeah, it's pretty well visited.
Once upon a time, when we were doing the evening session, we went and did a special programme with REM, and we went to St Paul de Vence and did it there. So it was hell on earth, you can imagine.
Wow.
It's a nice part of the world, yeah. And I like swimming in the sea down there as well.
Do you?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
Are you a strong swimmer?
I just bob around, really, rather than do a lot of lengths. But I like diving.
Do you like jumping off rocks?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like jumping into the sea, and then just getting straight back out again
and doing it all over again.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's certainly nice to be back in London. I mean, we started off in like Florida on this tour we've just been going around the States. So it was really nice to come back to London, and it was like boiling hot. Got the window wide open in the bedroom, and it just.
But it's lovely, isn't it?
It's really nice. Yeah, it's really nice. So.
Right, let's play a track. We'll play Dig Down, and it would make an awful lot of sense. So we'll do that, and then we'll chat more after this. It's Dig Down from Muse, and Matt and Dom from the band are here with me at the moment. Do you know, because you're playing Reading Leeds, that's why we're chatting today, do you know what the show is? Is it the exact show that you've been touring so far? Is it all sorted?
Yeah, what are we playing? I don't know.
Is the set list kind of sorted already?
No, not really, no.
We've got no idea what we're doing.
But we're going to do this, we're going to do like a sort of little charity show, I think, in Shepherd's Bush Empire about a week before Reading, I think. And what we're going to do is we're going to make that like a by request show. So we're going to let the fans go online and just vote for whatever songs they want from anything we've ever done. So we might learn something from that, And so if they pick a load of weird old songs or something, we might sort of rehearse them up, and then maybe one or two of those will appear at Reading singing. But I'm intrigued to know what, because so many of the fans come to the shows and they want these songs that are sort of that we either haven't played before or haven't played for years or something like that. So I'm intrigued to know, like, if we actually just say, well, go on and pick the set list. Like, I can't wait to see what they pick. You know?
Yeah, that's really fascinating for bands, just to get some kind of an insight into what you're doing.
Yeah.
Tell us about the charity as well that you're doing this for.
Oh, Passage, yeah. It's Home for Homeless People in the UK, yeah. So it's a really good charity.
When you do that show, do you do it in, so they're choosing 10 songs, is that right? The fans?
Yeah, I think they're
and you just play those 10 songs?
They just pick their 10, no, they pick their 10 favourite songs, and then we're going to just look at all of that and then just use that to work out, you know, we'll play 10, we'll play like, say, 15, 20 songs or something, you know, but we didn't want people to have to pick, say, 15 or 20 in case they didn't know that many songs, you know, so we're just saying, we're just
making it easier for them, really.
Yeah. So we're saying just pick 10, and then, you know, it'll be a proportional representation type system. Yeah. We've been having all these strange debates about, like, democracy, like, you know, it's amazing how complicated democracy actually is when you analyse it, you know, like, do we do it weighted, where, like, the one they pick if their first choice is worth more than the second choice, or is it unweighted, where it's all even, but then it might be skewed? You know, it's really it's tough to actually get democracy right. And then you have to think about how you present the songs to them. Do you present them in chronological order, alphabetical order, or popularity order? Because whichever one you pick is going to skew the results. So, like, democracy is really tough. You know, it's like, you know, you have to get the balance right.
That's what I wondered, if it would be like a chart, like a Muse chart, and then it counts down to the number one.
Me and Dom and I debating it. I think it should just be sort of in order of. I think it should be in order of popularity. So they'll start. So then the idea is they only got to pick really rare songs. If they've skipped all the ones, they go, I've heard that one, heard that one, heard that one, heard that one, heard that one. And they get down to like song number 48 and go, well, I want that one. Whereas Dom thinks it should be, what, chronological or alphabetical?
Well, like album.
It's like 100 songs or something.
Album-based, but backwards chronological. Yeah, so start with the newest album first and just working your way through, really.
I bet you've had some real rows about lots of debate.
That's more choice, but it means you've got to
We've also got bets on with our manager. I've got a bet with our manager because he manages Metallica, and they did one, and he says it will just be all the well-known songs. That's all it'll be, you know. And I'm saying, no, when you don't know our fans, they're going to pick the most weird tracks ever just to sort of annoy us. You know what I mean?
Probably just end up playing Citizen Arrays like 15 times.
And with deep cuts.
Yeah, because quite a few bands have done this now, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's a really good idea.
Did it, I think
Queens of the Stone Age, I think, might have done it at some point.
Yeah,
but good for the fans and good for you.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great to learn what people are into, and you know, we've got so many songs now. It's hard to know what to play. You know.
Okay, let's play an old Muse track. Then you choose.
Last night, something amazing happened. I was walking along Millennium Bridge, going to the Shakespeare's Globe to see Romeo and Juliet, and as I was walking across the bridge, I heard someone playing a song from our first album called Unintended, and it was a busker, and I looked at the bridge and there was a busker down there playing Unintended. I thought, it's unbelievable, it's amazing. I went over and gave him a hug and 50 quid, you know. I couldn't believe it. So I've got to pick that song because that just happened last night, and I haven't actually heard this song for years. So
and it's a great song. It's a really, really great song.
Okay. Thank you.
Unintended from Muse, who are on the show at the moment. What did the busker say when he saw you? Did he fall over?
He was from Italy, and he was blown away. Yeah, he couldn't get over it. He was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. He started talking on the microphone to people like passers-by, going, oh, you can't believe what's happening, and like no one really knew what was going on. You know? He was totally freaked out. And I found him on Instagram and stuff, and he sent me little messages. Just totally. He said it meant so much to him. He said he's been a fan since he was 15. So yeah, it's great.
Oh my word! We talked a lot about how you connect with people all around the world and what a relationship that is. How strange that people are listening to your music in tiny places, far-flung places. We were talking about it with Lucy Rose last week, or a few weeks ago on the show. So to actually meet someone like your Italian fan, that's quite incredible. How are you feeling about Reading and Leeds, and why did you want to go back there this time?
Well, I mean,
it's an amazing festival. It's actually the first festival that we ever went to.
Yep.
We went together in 1994 with another friend of ours, Tom. And it was, you know, we were like 16 or something, you know, and it's a first festival experience, but we just had like an amazing time. Like, it blew our minds. Coming from Devon, we just started the band, literally just started it, and it was probably the first time we ever saw any international like artists.
Yes, I saw Jeff Buckley there. I was just talking about it. I had no idea who it was. You know, I was just wandering around. I'd lost some of my friends at the time. And I was walking around, going like, "Where am I going?" I lost, and it was in some like new band tent or side tent, and I heard his voice coming out. I was like, "What the hell is that? That's amazing!" And discovered Jeff Buckley. And
amazing discovery.
Yeah, so that was Reading. Yeah,
so and who else was there that night in '94?
Was it '93 or '94? I can never remember.
'94 for sure. It was Cypress Hill. They were headlining, and their Chili Peppers, I think, did it. You know, and they had like the flaming hats.
Smashing Pumpkins there, maybe
Pumpkins, Soundgarden.
Well, that's '95.
It's pretty post was grunge, wasn't it? That was kind
It's very grungy. It's very grungy. But it was amazing. But it kind of probably changed our lives in many ways, like discovering all this different music and hearing music. So we've gone back over the years and played it, but it's always been so special. So we haven't played it. Last time we played it was 6 years ago.
This is the third time we've headlined it, though.
Third time,
yes. So there you go. So we had to make it a double hat trick, you see, because last year was Glastonbury. That was the third time there, and then this year's Reading. So there you go.
99 was the first year that you played there, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think you were on the Carling stage.
That's it, like the new bands stage, and we nearly didn't make. I don't remember if it was the Reading or the Leeds gig.
That was Leeds. Yeah.
Okay, Chris decided to go home after the Reading gig and go all the way back down to Devon, and then was getting a train up to Leeds and missed the train.
Oh no, the train was delayed, wasn't it? It was stuck or something.
Anyway,
yeah.
He came like
British
running
Rail,
in.
British Rail.
He came running into the gig, and we played like 3 songs in Leeds, and then we were pretty gutted. But then then I guess we came back and actually headlined the second stage in 2000. I
Evening
think.
session stage, I think you'll
find.
Yes.
It was, wasn't it?
And that was
at the same time as Oasis were playing on the main stage. I remember that, because we opened with a really quiet song, and all we could hear was in the background, and it was, and we thought, oh my God, is anyone going to come and watch us? But we were, luckily we had a full tent, so we were very happy.
Okay, let's play another song. Should we play some Jeff Buckley?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
You choose.
I mean, Grace is always a classic. I mean, or Mojo Pin. I mean, there's someone nodding over there. Grace?
Should we do Grace?
Is that a Grace nod? Yeah, okay.
Nice. Yeah, all right. Grace on Radio 2 from Jeff Buckley, and we're talking to Muse at the moment. We do something called the Gig Diaries, which is just you remembering some various gigs that you've done. Can you remember a gig when nobody showed up, when you played in the early days? Which one springs to mind?
I remember a bunch of those.
Loads of those.
quite a lot. Too many to mention, but 2 stand out. One was Camborne in Cornwall, where we went all the way down to, it was like a working man's club or like a union club or something, I don't know. We got offered to play there on a Saturday afternoon. We had to do 2 sets. And there literally was, and it was not exaggeration, there actually was 1 man and 1 dog. And that was it. That was who we played to. And I think it was the owner. I think it was the owner of the venue who just felt bad, that he'd booked us and no one turned up.
And did you do the whole thing?
We did it. We did it anyway. Yeah, we had to. Yeah, we had to get our 10 quid fee or whatever it was, or 20 quid fee and a ham sandwich or something. And
what a weird feeling.
Yeah, that was a weird one. And then a few years later, we built up a bit of a fan base in Devon. We could play to like a few hundred people in sort of certain pubs and clubs and things. And we thought, like, let's go and crack London. We've made it in Devon. Like, London's one of these. Let's just go and do it. So we went to London. Went to the Bull and Gate in is that Kentish Town or something?
Kentish Town, yeah.
And we were playing next door to
Forum.
The band that we just did a cover song of.
Cramps.
The Cramps were playing next door in the Forum. So outside there's all these people in Gimps masks and stuff, like dressed up like the Cramps. And we went to the Bull and Gate thinking, right, we're going to crack London. This is our big time. This is our big moment. And it was literally, absolutely no one.
Oh my God.
Dead. Yeah. And we went back to Devon with our tail between our legs and thought, we need to rethink this.
New strategy. What about a gig where someone has been in the audience that has really thrown you? Someone who's pretty scary and daunting that you wanted to impress?
Well, when we played the Coachella Festival in California, the first time we headlined it in 2010, I remember was playing Stockholm Syndrome, which is pretty heavy, kind of almost metal type tune, and like that's really heavy. And typically in that track, I'm flailing around and headbanging a lot. And I looked out and just saw Jay-Z and Beyonce right there in front of us, shades on, just like staring at us. So that was a shock, and like getting into it, and it was like right in the heavy riff part, right at the end of the song. So that was pretty bizarre.
And afterwards I met them backstage because they were waiting backstage in this like blacked out limo, and I was with a video director at the time who was making our video, who knew them. He said, "Oh, come over and say hello." And he rolled down the window, and he was just like, James was just like real laid back. Like it was like I felt like it was like lying in the way where your feet normally are. I was like way down, slouched down there, and she was back, and he went, "Hey man, something's going on in Devon, man. What's going on in Devon?" and he started talking about Chris Martin as well, and Coldplay. He's going, "You guys, Coldplay, Devon, man. I need to go to Devon. There's something in the water down there." And that was it. It was so cool. Yeah, exactly.
God, I wonder if he's ever been to Devon. That will be my question next time I see him. You'll be amazed though, the number, because I asked that question to quite a few bands, and they have come up so many times, Jay-Z and Beyonce, so they must just go to gigs constantly and freak out people in the band on stage.
It's weird because they were right in the pit. Because at that festival you can kind of stand right in front of the stage, and they were just literally right there, so it wasn't like on the side, it was just
I guess, and he's really
Straight
imposing. I mean, he's a big guy, isn't he? And she's just so beautiful. So of course they're going to kind of strike you that they're there. Best fancy dress outfit that you've ever worn, Dom, or Matt, maybe there's something that springs to mind.
I went as Lux Interior last year. That was pretty good. The singer from the Cramps. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, you love dressing up, actually. Both
I love dressing up, but that was I think I looked all right in that look. I think that suits me. The old quiff, the Elvis quiff. I wish I had that hair. But,
you've got a bit of a quiff going on at the moment.
I was going to try. I'm working on it. Before it disappears.
I just like the old classic, the skeleton.
You did wear the skeleton when we did the Radio 2 in concert.
Your Radio 2 show, so I wore it then.
It's good luck. I treasure the photograph. And the show where something's gone wrong, something's gone terribly wrong, the show that you've done.
Well, LA. Every time we play LA, we're cursed, I think. I don't know what it is. It's the pressure of being there, because we all know a lot of people there. We sort of spend a lot of time living there. Something always seems to go wrong. That time, Resistance Tour, we had the three towers, that go up and down, and we're playing, like, say, 10 meters off the floor or something. Right at the beginning of the show, Uprising was the opening song. It's like a big moment where there's a big reveal with 3 curtains that come down, and mine came down and landed on my head and was stuck on my head, so I looked like a huge, tall ghost, basically playing the whole of Uprising. And the embarrassment was, like, as I was trying to shake it off, it just made me look like a more weird ghost, basically, like having a... And then Chris's one didn't come down at all. So he did the whole song just like stuck behind it, and that was just deeply embarrassing, because we're trying to be so serious, I mean, it's a serious band with a serious song here, and you look like a bunch of buffoons.
If any band is going to have a Spinal Tap moment, it's going to be you. Totally. So I always say to people, they always think that you're very serious, and I always say, no, they're really not. Like, they have a wicked sense of humour. And the show that means the most in your career, one that you've played that has had real resonance with you?
Yeah, I'd say first night at Wembley Stadium, I'd say. It was a brand new venue, 2007, and that was definitely a sort of... would never have believed the kind of music that we did, or the kind of band that we were, would ever get into a venue like that, playing a football stadium. Yeah, that was just amazing. Yeah, I remember I was, because it was that when we were going on those little sort of, we had like a little cart that took us underneath the B to the B stage, because we started the gig at the B stage, and we were due to go on. I wouldn't go on because our best friend Tom, who's been on tour with us, he always says before every gig, he always goes, "Have a good one tonight," and because there was so much going on, I didn't see him, and I said, "I'm not going on stage unless Tom comes and says have a good show. I'm not getting in the cart," So he was at front of house, so someone had to scooter, went out, got him, escorted him all the way back, just so we could go, "Have a good one." I was like, "Okay, good, now we can start the show." But yeah, that was amazing. Wembley Stadium was just a huge shock to us that we could even play that venue. Yeah.
And so surreal. I just meant because we played twice there. We did 2 nights. We did. Yeah, we did 2 nights. And I remember just going back to like my flat afterwards, and just lying in my bed and like staring at the ceiling, going, "What the hell just happened? What was that?" It was such a...
like beans on toast and what's... I went home, because the first night you're not going to party, because you got another night the next day, and it was taken it all very seriously. I went back and had beans on toast and watched TV for a bit, and went to bed and went like, what just happened? That doesn't make sense.
It's quite hard to process when moments like that happen, I think. I think that's the gig that I went to on my own, because I wanted to see you, and I you're the only band I've ever gone on my own to see, and there was that Wembley show. Yeah, cool. It was amazing. It was really good. How are you going to make it special at Reading and Leeds this year? Because this is, you've played it before many times. We've established that.
Well, we're gonna try and bring on a special guest, I think, but I don't want to give it away, because we need to find out if they're available. But we might bring on a very special guest. I'll go as far as say, probably the best rock singer this country has ever produced in the history of music.
This country has ever produced.
So that's a clue. But we're going to see if they might be willing to come on. But I don't know.
So you have no idea at the moment. You haven't even broached the subject or made a phone call or dropped a text.
So yeah, we might try and bring on a guest of some kind, and we'll play Dig Down. Obviously, that might be the first time we've ever played it in the UK. Maybe we'll play some deep cuts depending on what comes out of this By Request show, and there'll be some new visuals and bits and pieces. Maybe we'll get the pyro out. We'll try and find some new special effects that we haven't used. If they're, lasers, pyros, we'll find some new laser that no one's ever used before, and we'll get that out or something. All
right, have a good show. I'm just wondering what we can end on. What kind of a song that we should choose? Is there a song that makes you dance? Play something that a different kind of tempo. So, what song makes you dance?
Well, I mean, for me, it's
Disco
always "Kiss" by Prince is just it's without fail. If that's playing anywhere, you're going to find me dancing. So that's it.
We'll play it.